I'm Jerry Karam, the United States Attorney for the Middle District of Pennsylvania. We're here today to announce the unsealing of indictments charging 4 individuals and the filing of criminal information against 5 additional individuals. These 9 individuals were involved in a nationwide theft, conspiracy, and theft ring that existed for over 20 years. The defendants conspired, surveilled, and broke into museums, halls of fame, businesses, and other places in order to steal artwork, priceless memorabilia, jewelry, and other items of significant value. Items treasured not only by the owners, but by those who appreciate artwork and sports across our country. Remarkably, after many of these thefts, the defendants would bring the items back to northeastern Pennsylvania, melt them down, and sell the melted down pieces for fractions of the full and fair market value of the items. Collaboration, partnership, and teamwork are the most valuable tools in law enforcement's toolkit. These tools have led us here today. About 3 years ago, a forensic link at one of the theft sites discovered by a local police agency led us to forensic evidence that linked several of these thefts. Since that time, federal, state, and local law enforcement agents have worked together and have persistently pursued this case to uncover the full scale and scope of this theft ring. Here today are some critical partners in this investigation. From the FBI, we are privileged to have Assistant Special Agent in charge of the Philadelphia region, Gabriel Poling. We have Resident Agent in charge of the Scranton office, Bill Vigorito. Retired Agent Larry Whitehead and Special Agent Jess Mahoney. Special thanks have to go to Agent Whitehead and Agent Mahoney for their tireless efforts in working on this case and bringing it to fruition. From the Pennsylvania State Police, we have my fellow West Scranton native, Colonel Christopher Paris, Commissioner of the Pennsylvania State Police. We have Major Michael Carroll, Commander, Area 3, Lieutenant Brandon Corby, Special Investigations, Corporal Carl Ives, who I have to say, Commissioner, was up in our office so much and working so hard on this case, we made him an honorary member of our office. And we have Trooper Ryan Carney and several other troopers here to support their efforts. Scranton Police Chief Thomas Carroll, Lackawanna County District Attorney Mark Powell, and First Assistant District Attorney Judy Price, Abington Township Police Chief Paul Wolf, Canastota, New York Police Chief Sean Burton, First Assistant United States Attorney John Gerganis, and finally, Assistant United States Attorney Jim Buchanan. Jim's hard work and coordination of all of the agencies on this case is a major reason we are here today, and I want to thank Jim for that. Now, the defendants. The defendants are Alfred Atsis, Joseph Atsis, Damian Boland, Nicholas Dombeck, Darrell Rinker, Frank Tassiello, Don Trotta, Thomas Trotta, and Ralph Perry. The charges are, there's underlying crimes. So the charges are the underlying crime and the conspiracy to commit the underlying crimes of theft of major artwork, concealment and disposal of major artwork, and interstate transportation of stolen property. There are 20 victims. I'm not going to mention all of them, but there is a list right there. These victims include the Everhart Museum. In 2005, there was a theft at the Everhart Museum that involved the Le Grand Passion by Andy Warhol and Springs Winter by Jackson Pollock. Keystone College. In 1999, after attending an event and surveilling the facility, the defendants stole a 1906 Christy Mathewson jersey, which at the time had a value of $50,000, a 1902 Christy Mathewson contract, and a 1916 Christy Mathewson contract. The Country Club of Scranton. In 2011, after having been escorted on a tour of the Country Club of Scranton, the defendants that night stole, or around that time, stole 12 trophies of art wall from the art wall room at the Country Club of Scranton. It's believed that these trophies were melted down. The United States Golf Museum and Library. In 2012, the defendants stole Ben Hickok's 1953 Hickok belt and an original U.S. amateur trophy. The Hickok belt was given to the top professional athlete of the year. It's a huge belt with a huge buckle that is solid gold, and it is encrusted with diamonds and gems. The value in today's dollars are at least $100,000. The Boxing Hall of Fame. They stole 6 championship belts, 4 belonging to Carmen Basilio and 2 belonging to Tony Zale. In my doing research on this, I also found out that Carmen Basilio was a recipient in 1957 of the Hickok belt. Luckily, I was told by the people from the Boxing Hall of Fame that that belt is still in the possession of the Basilio family. The Yogi Berra Museum. 9 World Series rings were taken. 7 other rings, 2 MVP plaques belonging to Yogi Berra were stolen. It's believed that the rings were melted down. Space Farms Zoo and Museum. In 2018, an 1836 Colt Patterson revolver valued between $250,000 and $300,000 was stolen. 3 other revolvers were also taken. Roger Maris Museum. His 1961 Hickok belt and his MVP plaque were stolen. Harness Racing Museum in 2012, over $300,000 worth of trophies were taken. The Ringwood Manor in Ringwood, New Jersey. The painting Upper Hudson by Jasper Cropsey, valued in excess of $500,000, was stolen, along with a gun and a pistol. 8 of the 9 defendants have surrendered. Nicholas Dombeck is a fugitive. Anyone with any information regarding the whereabouts of Nicholas Dombeck, we ask that you kindly contact the FBI at the number listed. Finally, I would be remiss if I did not recognize the pain these crimes have caused to the victims and the patience that the victims have exhibited during this investigation. We are fortunate to have some here today with us. Janet Terhune, Executive Director of the National Harness Racing Museum. Ed Brophy, the Director of the International Boxing Hall of Fame. Marianne Moran Sabakinas, Director of the Lackawanna Historical Society. Charles Barber, the Director of the Everhart Museum. Sue Shutt, Lead Historian at the Ringwood Manor. Jennifer Rickman, Operations Manager at the National Racing Museum and Hall of Fame. From Keystone College, we have their General Counsel, Jim Scanlon, whom I will also add is a director at the Country Club Scranton. Mike Golay from Keystone College, their Director of Public Safety. Greg Wall, son of Art Wall. Haley Zale, Ted Zale, and Deb Zale from the family of Tony Zale, victims from the International Boxing Hall of Fame theft. I don't know if I missed anybody. If I did, I would ask that you raise your hand and let me know. Now it's my pleasure to introduce to you Gabriel Pauling, the Assistant Special Agent in charge of the Philadelphia region of the FBI. Thank you.
Thank you, and good morning. My name is Gabriel Pauling, Gabriel, P as in Peter, Oling. The FBI is proud to work with our partners, especially the Pennsylvania State Police, who identified Thomas Trotta as a key suspect in this investigation. This joint investigation linked Trotta and his 8 co-conspirators to 21 separate burglaries spanning more than 20 years across 4 states. Being able to return some of these significant pieces of our nation's history to their rightful owners is important and meaningful work made possible by talented investigators from the FBI and our law enforcement partner agencies. As the indictment unsealed this morning clearly shows, the FBI and our partners will never stop working until brazen thieves such as those charged here are brought to justice. Thank you for being here.
few words from Commissioner Paris.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here today. These indictments are the culmination of outstanding investigative efforts and actions on the part of the Pennsylvania State Police, both Troop R Dunmore and our Bureau of Criminal Investigation Auto Theft Task Force. I would like to commend them on this unique investigation for their hard work over these last 5 years. Major artwork and historical items from multiple states is not an investigation that we deal with on a routine basis. Some of these items have been returned, but as the U.S. Attorney said, unfortunately, others have been lost, we believe. We maintain a operational picture that we will do whatever we can to return them to their rightful owners and their rightful places. Some specific thank yous to our partners, both local and federal. The FBI Field Division from Philadelphia is represented here today, but this was a collaborative effort from field divisions in Albany, Newark, and North Dakota, taking it as far away as North Dakota. In addition, there's too many local police departments to mention here, but I believe that from a law enforcement standpoint, it does us no good service unless we acknowledge the uniformed presence that shows up in the immediate aftermath of a theft or a burglary like this to take the initial investigative steps to document what evidence is there, so that down the road, a long-term investigation like this can bear the fruit that it has. I would say from a very personal note, every uniformed law enforcement, be they state, county, local, tribal, all across this country, knows what it's like to go to a burglary, to go to someone's house where their items and their possessions and their money has been taken. And the look on their face emotionally is palpable when it's apparent that something greater than those things, some of which are irreplaceable, has been taken, and that's their security. And as I reflected on this case, you know, anthropologists 1,000 years from now, when they look at not only the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, but the Republic of the United States of America, these items and where they resided in these repositories where everybody is supposed to be the beneficiary thereof. As a resident of Scranton, as a young child, I was taken to the Everhart Museum. I was exposed to the humanities there. I have the privilege of serving on the Keystone College Board currently. If our kids are playing baseball and as soon as they become T-ball / beginning of that coach pitch era, who do you tell them about in northeastern Pennsylvania? Christy Matheson. This case and the tentacles that take it out are really an exceptional case. And to quote Yogi Berra, you can observe a lot just by watching. The investigative work that was done here over these 5 years, I would also be remiss if I didn't acknowledge Corporal Carl Ives and Troopers Kyle Natt and Ryan Carney, along with our partners, federal and municipal, who have pushed this investigation to where it is today. To echo what both the FBI and the U.S. Attorney said, our collaborations are our biggest asset as technology evolves, as our ability to look back at these cases over time evolves. You know, in August of 1999, I was struck by the fact I was a cadet in Hershey, running the hills of Hershey when one of these thefts occurred. And here we are 24 years later. And it's a testament to all of the agencies represented here today, and the state police is very proud to play a role in that. Thank you very much.
I want to thank everybody for coming. It's our hope that today is the first day and the first step in some semblance of justice for the victims who were involved here. And just hopefully we get to appreciate, as the Commissioner said, the humanities of art and memorabilia in a better way. Thank you, everybody, for coming. We'll be here to answer any questions that you may have. The victims are here. Certainly, if they wish to talk, you know, you can talk to them, but I would ask that you just respect their wishes if they want to remain silent. Thank you.